Hello subscribers, welcome to the second part of my botting losses series. In this episode I will be discussing a few accounts that have been rolled back by Jagex and my overall experience with rollbacks. To those of you unfamiliar with the term rollback, I will explain. A rollback is a form of punishment that Jagex has instituted to punish botters. Oftentimes when a player is caught botting and Jagex does not feel the need to ban an account, they will simply roll a stat back. What I mean by rolling a stat back is they will remove experience in the stat, and oftentimes more than one stat, to remove progress that a character or an account has gained through botting. If removing combat stats, oftentimes Jagex has also removed HP and other things of the sort. Though in many cases rollbacks can create some interesting situations. Quests being done without the account having the requirements, fire capes on level 3s, things of that sort. So to begin, my first experience with rollbacks was on an account that I had botted 99 mining on. This was on a dark bow pure that I had made with 10 HP in Soul Wars. It was a very large accomplishment for me because it took over a month to get. The day I got my cape, I went to the wilderness to show it off and to kill some people. While standing in the wilderness, my account got logged out. When I logged back in, the cape was in my inventory and my mining level was set to 1. I remember immediately going and posting on botting forums and asking if this had ever happened to anyone. No one had heard of a rollback at this time. Even with screenshots of the cape in my inventory and 1 mining, the botting community was skeptical that I had been rolled back or that anyone had been rolled back ever. After a few days, Jagex posted on the forums that if your account had lost stats, you needed to submit a bug report. Being one of the first players rolled back, I did not realize that this was Jagex's way of getting me to admit that I had botted and getting my account banned, so I sent in the bug report. A few days after sending in the bug report, my account got banned for autoing. The way I handled this now seems silly, but at the time, no one had been rolled back and rollbacks were not a common thing. No one knew what to do or how to deal with them. Just a few weeks after this first rollback, when rollbacks were starting to become commonplace in the community and botters knew what they were and how to deal with them, my main was rolled back. This is the largest and most devastating rollback I have ever faced. I lost over 500 skill total levels, as well as something like 30 combat levels on my main account. Although I did not lose all my levels, Jagex reset my runecrafting from 80 to 10, my summoning back to 10, my fletching, my dungeoneering, and most importantly, my strength back to 10. Because this was my main account at the time, I was a little bit upset that it had happened, and I took a small break from RuneScape, but this did not last long. I decided to turn my old main, who had had their strength reset, but still had 75 attack and 70 defense, into a ranged tank, which I still have today. Since the rollback, I've botted to 95 runecrafting, 93 range, 99 magic, and an assortment of other stats with no consequence. This leads me to believe that once an account is rolled back, Jagex forgets about it, even if the account was reported for botting. You would think that Jagex would carefully monitor an account once rolled back because they know that the player who botted the account in the first place is likely to bot the account again, but this does not seem to be the case. The next account that I got banned was a free-to-play account that was woodcutting and firemaking. It struck me as odd that Jagex would take the time to roll back a free-to-play account, but then again they did roll every single stat on the account back to 10. The only remarkable thing about this rollback was that the account was using a script that I had written myself for a bot clan. And although I'm not the greatest scripter in the world, I still believe that the account was rolled back due to being reported by multiple players for doing an activity, not the quality of the script that it was using. As far as free-to-play accounts go, I also had a combat account banned. This account's goal was to become maxed stats, similar to the one that I am botting now, but more as a backup. I can't say that I was very surprised that this account got rolled back because it was botting on flesh crawlers on free-to-play. The final account that I have had experience with being rolled back was actually a friend's account of mine. He got the unluckiest rollback that I have ever seen possible. His main account had something like 1800 skill total, and was rolled back to 10 in every single stat. Although he kept his bank, something like 20 mil, his account lost all its stats and he lost all motivation to play the game. I have never received a rollback on my cash pile on any of my accounts, only stats. This is another thing that I find odd, because I believe that a lot of players bought on accounts, yes, one, for stats, but also two, to make money. And the majority, if not all, free-to-play botting accounts are just making money for a main account. And since Jagex does not roll back a cash pile, it's very odd. I mean, what is the point of rolling back some stats on an account that's just there to make money for a main account, when the cash pile is still there and the account can continue on botting afterward with no consequence? Seems a bit odd to me. Overall, I'm actually a fan of rollbacks. I think that rollbacks are a much better option for an account than being permanently banned, and they also give you an idea of what scripts are working, what scripts are not. They help you to figure out what's going on, and in some cases can create an account that is more favorable than the original. That's all I have to say about rollbacks for this episode. I'm not sure when the next episode of this series will be coming out, because I don't believe I've incurred any more botting losses. Let me know what you guys thought, and feel free to comment below, asking me any questions about rollbacks, botting,